Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Your gun doctor here, presenting you the Fara 83 damage drop off. What barrel is the best? Is it worth to put in the meta? Time to kill. All of this is going to be covered in this video. And on top of that, we have very good news from Raven Software for you. For the people already thinking all their guns were ruined, don't worry. We will be returning the agency grew wrapped suppressor to their former glory in the next hotfix. Thank you in regards of the snipers, but I do believe that the wrap, yes, had to be reverted. The agency and the group could have stayed nerfed, and the monolithic on top of that too, but that's just my personal opinion. Definitely drop in the comments below what you think, if you're relieved and you're happy that all your guns are there, or if you also do think that suppressors in general do need a nerf. They can't just be a blank attachment that you always have to put on, more or less. When it comes to the base stats of the Fara, it does 49 headshot damage, 33 to tummy, legs, and chest, which is fantastic because you shoot headshots, and then at that point, it does not matter where the Fara actually hits from that point on. The TDK is roughly 520 milliseconds. With that time to kill, it is one of the okay rifles. It's like in the top 8, top 10 of time to kill rifles. Yes, the FFAR is faster, but it makes the Fara a good sniper support gun. The base bullet velocity is 600 meters per second, which we can significantly boost, especially then when the suppressors also work. Again, the first damage fall is after 23 meters, which is kind of weird because the FFAR is up to 36 meters, whereas this is supposed to be the long range, super good effective damage range rifle, and it falls off after 23 meters. Fantastic. Base fire recoil. If you shoot it into the wall, it has like a very weird S-curve going on. And the reload you've seen is atrocious. So we'll definitely need a magazine to actually get you more reload quickness because it is weird. And yes, you do see it goes up, it goes left, it goes there. The good thing is there's not that much horizontal bounce. So we might be able to actually utilize the task force here to build kind of like a FFAR. Knowing the time to kill, the damages, and now the base recoil of the gun, I would try to start with the task force. The task force still boosts the bullet velocity significantly, and then with a changed suppressor, because right now obviously we still have the old suppressor, but with the changed suppressor it's enough bullet velocity. If the suppressor would not get changed, the only way to play this would probably be the ultralight to get the equivalent bullet velocity to be a good sniper support gun. But right now we are going to be trying out the task force. The task force does higher the vertical and the horizontal recoil significantly. But the Fara does not have that much horizontal recoil, so the bonus of the task force might be easy to take care of, and then the vert is generally not the biggest of all problems. We're going to play the task force. We're going to add currently a flash guard. The flash guard does pretty much what the agency suppressor does, more or less. The flash guard in general is not a bad attachment because it's vertical recoil control and aiming stability, just making the bullets follow the recoil pass even more. So we're going to do the flash guard, but obviously you can now substitute this 1-to-1 for the agency suppressor, or if you just like the flash guard, keep it on. What we're going to do is here, since we're going for maximum strafe speed, we're going to put on the SFOD speed grip, but we're also going to be testing the field agent grip. None of the others is really worth it. So the field agent grip is going to be the vibe, maybe, but it also loses you firing movement speed and ADS firing move speed. Whereas the SFOD only gives you a general movement speed malice, which is okay because you're just generally not getting like this firing movement speed minus downside that you then boost even more with the KGB pad, where you're then going around left and right the corners, you're strafing, you're outstrafing your opponents, you're beaming them down, you're moving super freaking fast. Then last but not least, the most important part is to get a fast mag, because you've seen the reload is quite atrocious and quite slow, so you want to reload a little bit faster. And at the end of the spray, you've seen that the bullets are extremely clustered, so you don't mind actually beaming out 60 bullets straight in a line going crazy. We're playing this iron side right now because it seems to be the best to play this iron side, since it is going to be a sniper support gun. You're not going to shoot it on 100 meters because that's not what the recoil gives away. I tried it with a bonus scope. It's atrocious. If you really want to play a scope, I would currently put off the flash guard or the agency in this regard to then actually put on a Silix Holo Scout or a Microflex LED, for example. Yes, you can also put off the KGB pack, but I do like it more actually to have ultra strafe speed in this regard than actually the scope. You do get the same bullet velocity with the takedown of the strafe speed without the minus here, but obviously you get also bonus on effective damage range with the task force, which is definitely helpful because your first damage drop off is quite early. The ultralight gives you the ultimate bullet velocity up to 1,000 plus, and then with the suppressor even more. That would be great if you would shoot this gun actually on 100 meters, but you won't. With the contour, you have kind of the mix of both, so it's a little bit better bullet velocity of the task force, but the contour also gives you minus sprint movement speed and minus aim walking movement speed. So exactly what you want to avoid when you're playing the strafe monster. All in all, this seems to be, for me, already the perfect version to play, but let's bring that into the gun range, test it, and then see what we like the most. This is now the FFAR similar build. The iron sight is okay. I would have to say, like, I can align this very nicely. I can see everything. The hook is still good. And now we're going to shoot it into the wall and see how much we like it. The horizontal recoil should be a little bit higher, but not uncontrollable due to the task force barrel. But the good thing is that the vertical recoil is non-existent. So it did not have vertical recoil before, and then after a while it actually gets really, really straight. So this is a bit higher, but it's actually good that this is higher than this because it gives you a straighter line to control in the beginning. So your first 10 shots are always like straight and easy to control. Then you have the weird wibble wobble that you have to get used to. And then you have zero recoil again, which is pretty good. So if we're shooting at a target, we do know that the first 10 bullets are good. And then you're going to go off to the left. And that's where you're going to start controlling. So you're pretty much going to start spraying into the wall. And then you start going off to the left. And then you just have no more recoil. So it's not that hard to control, but it's something you'll have to get used to and will not natively go by easy. Reload speed with this magazine feels a tiny bit better, and it's still like taking a while, but it's not as terrible as it used to. The most important part is to not shoot the gun completely empty, because if you shoot the gun completely empty and then reload, you have this bonus motion where he has to again. So if you just shoot just a couple of bullets and then reload, he just changes the mag, but he doesn't have to have the last hand motion. So stop shooting at one bullet and then reload, but never shoot this empty. As you can see, the strafe speed is quite good on this gun right now. And especially if you then start shooting, you move even faster. So that's really good and will give you an edge over your opponents and over the SMGs, that you now use a strafe speed bonus barrel to go around left and right. Now that was with the SFOD to get like really the maximum out of the strafe to fire speed and everything. But how does it look with the field agent grip? Because the field agent gives you bonus vert recoil control and even more horizontal. As you see, we do not need the horizontal. The SFOD actually takes perfectly care of this one here right now. That's pretty similar, honestly. Like, there's not much difference. So the field agent does take care that the left curve is a bit smaller, as you can see. So you still go up. You still have the left curve, but the left curve here is a bit more extended than it is here, and you have the bullets already clustered a bit more there. But all in all, I'd prefer like the insane strafe shoot, because here with this grip, you actually lose on the power of the strafe. The strafe is still there, but all in all, the field agent is less beneficial than the SFOD if you're trying to play this then as kind of like a FFAR build. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after testing this, the Rolly, I would say this actually does feel absolutely fantastic. I think the SFOD speed grip in this regard is definitely better than the field agent grip. It does do better, and the field agent does have their negatives. You definitely will have to get used to what the Fara puts down. And I do believe, yes, the FFAR is most likely with the new barrels. Yes, the FFAR actually now with the takedown itself is better than it was before, because it's like ultimate strafe speed, which is really weird because you can play with the SFOD speed grip perfectly. We have that in our last video, the top 10 loadouts for this season. That is absolutely bonkers. So you're going to see a video to come on the new strafe speed FFAR. It's quite nutty. But the Fara definitely has a space in the current meta. It is a fun gun. It has a nice handling. It really sounds good when you're shooting it. And all in all, it's a fun gun to use, which is in the top 10 of the time to kill rifles. So you're not going to feel like that you're going to lose every single fight. We're pairing this together currently with the HDR. And what I use on the HDR is a certain blueprint, which is the oceanographer. You can use that CDL blueprint to actually get a different scope bezel, because the blueprints actually do change the scope on the HDR. And with the oceanographer and then the variable zoom scope, the whole bezel is just completely different. I do play this with the tac laser, then we're putting on the 26.9-inch barrel, the monolithic suppressor, and I've recently started playing more of the champion stock, because yes, you can get bonus ADS speed from the stalker scout, but with the champion, it just felt a little bit better shot after shot after shot after shot to align in a row with the HDR, just as we do it actually with aiming stability on the Kar 98. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're going to find a place for the Fara in your heart. The gun is definitely fun to play, and you'll get a gameplay video from me. Do not worry about that. We're also going to be covering the LC10 in a complete explain series, so the gun doctor got your back. Right now, I would prescribe you to really test out the new FFAR from the top 10 video. Definitely give the Fara a go. It's worth to level. The LC10 is definitely worth to level too, but keep in mind that the LC10, already disclaimer here, is kind of like a bullfrog. So you're pretty much going to level another bullfrog. That is what you're going to get there, but it is super fun to play. And as always, why would you like to have sex in the same position over and over again if you can have some variety in your life and whip out the Kama Sutra of gun building? So therefore, level these guns, have good fun with it, use the double XP weekend, whip this out in outbreak mode, and just go and get those levels in. Don't forget to subscribe to find your way back. If you would like to see more of these videos, I get a lot of content coming for this season. We're going to also obviously cover all the bunkers, what is worth it, where should you go, where should you land nowadays, what is the best strategy that is incoming. Going to be covering the outbreak mode too, but there's not much to cover. Just kill the zombies, get the key, open the box, jiggy majiggy dibbity dibbity do, and you're done. Don't forget to check the live stream, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Twitch TV Ponyhof. We're doing this daily, testing these guns, testing the things on the map, winning many games. Yesterday was 5 games in total in 5 hours. Absolutely crazy, and we didn't even try. That's the fun part. I wish you a fantastic good time. See you soon in Verdansk, and definitely do not forget to drop your Fara builds in the comments below.